Okay, so we have a couple of other positions from the guard that utilize same principles, right? So the same scissor sweep we just did, as we just said in part one, they don't always tripod for us. In fact, they very well might not. He might actually already be very close to me, and close, and his knees are in tight this way. So basically his hamstrings, or his thighs are up against the back of my hamstrings. So there's really no way I can get, especially if he's down or on top of me, there's no way I can get on my side from here to do my sweep. So what I have to do is that shrimp that I told you to practice last week. I put one foot on the ground. I use that leg to lift my hips and scoot out away from him. Then everything else goes the same. Knee goes in, I'm on my side, I load, I pull, and then I kick and I sweep. And then we get up the same way. Accidentally kick him, check, make sure my leg is free before I go. So, as I do that, and this is the problem, and I know some of you, if you're quarantined or whatever, you might have trouble finding willing partners. There's a lot of steps, but we can't break it down, and to teach it we do, but it can't be, okay, step one, step two, step three, step four, now I gotta grab him, and then I gotta pull. Right? That's not gonna happen. We have to start working on putting things together a little bit. These things are all happening at the same time. As I'm shrimping, I'm grabbing his head. So as soon as I get my knee in, I'm ready to pull and kick and sweep. Sorry. So it should be, right, we're here and it is, okay, it's just boom, like that. I mean, take some practice, but we got to start putting things together. We have to get out of that checklist as soon as we can. As I said, I'm shrimping, I'm already grabbing the back of his head and his wrist as I'm shrimping. I'm already bringing my knee, and as soon as I can, I gotta get this knee in. Okay, so this shin shield has got, if I'm lazy, I scoot back and I don't get that shin shield in. If he was trying to stay close to me, he's just gonna close that space back, and then it was all, again, I did that for nothing. I have to, as soon as I shrimp out, now I get that knee in. Okay, so now I have some space. Right, which then I could do the sweep, or I could just decide not to do the sweep and do some other stuff that we will talk about in a minute. Okay? I didn't even tell you we were going to do this one. We're going to do kind of like a poor man's elevator sweep.
Gotcha.
Okay, so basically now, so that's if he is, instead of tripoding up, if he's kind of laying, like he's close to me. What if he's actually like laying down on me this way? Okay? So there is no amount of shrimp that's going to be able to get this to happen. Okay? But I call this one getting to your fly. Okay? Because if, from a sexual assault context, if he's got to get to his zipper, he's got to cant his hips one way or another, right, to kind of turn so he can get to his zipper. And I can feel that when he does that. So he just turns to one side or another a little bit. Now he's not going to like roll off of me, because then I don't have to worry about doing anything. But I just feel him lift his hips a little bit. My foot is going to make a hook. I'm going to bring it and I'm going to hook underneath his thigh. I can even like use this hand to lift his hook up a little bit, his leg up a little more. Now right now my knee is pointing to the ceiling. So when I do that kick, I'm lifting him up. I don't want him to lift him up, I want him to roll. By virtue of him laying down, this hand is usually out of the equation. Right? I can usually just kind of block it anyway. But I'm going to get on my side just a little bit more so my knee is pointing at an angle, and I'm going to kick, and it's basically the same thing. I've got the arm, he's laid out for me already, right? Even on the first one. Basically, we stretched him to here, and we just then tilted him the rest of the way over. It's just now I'm using this hook to do it instead of that shin shield, because if he's down here, there's no way I'm going to get that leg in position, okay? So if his weight is more down on my chest and he's light on his hips are light, then I can hook underneath. Now the only other thing is once I get to here, I gotta reach to climb the mount. If I just put my leg down and I come up here and he grabs that leg with his legs, this is half guard, is another position that you don't have to really, but I should be able to figure out something to do, right? But now I gotta figure out another way to kind of get up and scramble up from this position. For our purposes, as long as I reach and I kick all the way to mount, then I can get up the same way we were talking about before. Now, lastly, if I can keep him back here before he's on top of me altogether, that's even better. I'm going to bring my knees here, okay? And I'm going to keep him at bay. So even if he tries to hit me, I can use my legs and hips to push him away. By all means, you can still block, but he shouldn't be able to hit me at all. When I bring him in, now I can do stuff. Now I can push him back out. And so I can control the distance this way. My feet are kind of pitching this way. Because if I'm just loose, he's just going to backstroke, right? And now he's on my back, and that's a problem. And so I'm controlling here, but I'm pushing. So he's trying to hit me, whatever. Okay, I can maybe, as this is scrambling on, you could go to the scissor sweep that we did. A lot of times as this is happening, he's really trying to hit me, he'll kind of fall, he'll have to base down to one side. He loses his balance a little bit. That's my opportunity to do the sweep that we just did. He's falling that direction anyway. He just needs a little extra help to go. So it takes a little more timing to be able to do that. But the other thing I can do, right, is as I'm protecting, is I just launch. I just put one foot in his hip. There's my up kick that we did before, right? I'm using my ground fighting position. There's a shot to the groin. He grabs my foot. Guess what? We're back to everything we talked about last class. Okay, so we can keep that. I might, even if he's a little farther down, okay, this way. Right? Okay, I can get one foot in by stripping. I can just start to kick away, etc. This way, but it's a little more of a scramble. Okay? So basically, we're using our legs and his hips far away. And as they get closer and closer, we might have to use those sweeps, right? But we're using our legs and we're keeping that barrier as much as we can through the whole series.